Hello, 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 you late lurkers. Oh, my lordy. Y'all, how y'all doing? Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, good, whatever it is that y'all would like to sit here, because I don't know what you guys are living in. Eating spaghetti? Nah, that was, actually, no, I was eating spaghetti. But then that was like during the lunch hour, not dinner time. Dinner time, I'm eating some good old rice and meat, which is great. But how's everybody doing tonight? My name, once again, one and all, is KG Prestige, and I hope you guys are excited as I am for another fun-filled session of, you guessed it, ladies and gents, the PokePod World Podcast. And we are getting ourselves in for a fun one tonight, ladies and gents, because it is going to be focused heavily on the return of none other than everybody's favorite blue boy, Sonic. And, oh yeah, Greninja's here too, apparently. So we're going to be also taking the opportunity to talk about the hedgehogs. And we're going to also be taking a chance to talk about the shenanigans that happened in that episode. And we'll see where things go from there. But I hope everybody gets the opportunity to sit back, relax, and have themselves a wonderful, wonderful evening and a wonderful week ahead of us. Because we got a lot of things planned for this upcoming week here on the channel, and amongst our various other pals as well. If you guys might have already watched it over on our buddy the Champion Leagues, they recently just finished or are currently in their podcast session today with the discussion that we've had a couple of weeks ago regarding our NYC experience. So if you guys would like to hear more about the trip that we've had in the AnyPokes NYC journey, you can go and definitely take a look over there on the Champion League's YouTube channel. So make sure to go check them out if you have yet to do so. And yeah, once again, thank you to Zach, and hello to all those lovelies who were in that trip too. Made some wonderful new friends, connected with more friends as well. It was a great journey and a great experience all around. So also, that little boop that has notified me that somebody is with me tonight. Who would that be? Oh, it's TSS. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, how you doing, buddy?
Doing okay.
Happy May, by the way.
Yes. My favorite month of the year.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Explain.
Birthday's in 18 days.
Ooh.
And also just it's the calm before the storm that is the summertime, because it's the time of year where it's not too cold and not too hot. But also, it's like, why the fuck is there a roach dancing on the top left?
Oh, yeah, sorry about that. Ignore him. He's just having a good time up there. Yeah, I'll move him to the side. There we go.
Yeah, that's freaking
He's our hype roach,
Park.
man. That's just how it is. Our hype roach. he just wants to.
It's just your memory of Rego Park. That's all it
is. He's just spinning around the world, around the world. God, but nah, don't worry about him. He's doing good.
It's all right. I'll squash him. You need Mousie's new thong slipper to freaking.
Yeah, the chancla shit, bro. Man, I lost it when you showed me. I was like, why did you send me a picture of a Vito? Oh. And to the side, you just see in her hand just the signature weapon of Hispanic women, bro. They will come in, they will hit you with that shit, and you will never get to see the light at the end of the tunnel, bro. That shit will kill you in the spot. La chancla, bro. Ultimate weapons. I remember watching a video the other day where some man was like trying to teach you, so here with me I have is my brother dressed up as my mother, and I'm going to teach you how to avoid the chancla, right? So he's going to be the example here. So he, like, the brother does the chancla thing, and then he does that weird thing like that police officer did at one point where he just like grabs him to the side and all that. Mm-hmm. And then at the end, he's like, well, that's exactly how you can defend your against your mother and the chancla. And then the mother walks in. She's like, "What the hell are you doing here?" In Spanish, I think. And then the guy, he's like, "Oh shit, we didn't expect her to show up." So now that we've shown you as an example, allow me to do it on the real person. And she just whips out that chancla and smacks the shit out of him in one frame, and the video ends right then and there. It was so good. I lost my mind when I saw. I gotta find that video for you later. Shit had me in tears.
Yeah, and also apparently, according to Twitch, Friends are going away on May 25th.
Y'all are getting Thanos?
Yeah, because as online Friends, that indicator will be no longer in effect on the 25th of May.
What the heck? That is actually insane to me. What the hell?
What the heck?
What the heck? Man, I guess we ain't friends no more then, according to Twitch, because we no longer are friends. God, that hurts my heart.
Yeah, but my question is why? I mean, do they want to change up their API to the point where they don't want to show it anymore? I just don't understand.
I'm not really sure myself personally. It's such a weird decision on their part, honestly. Mm-hmm. But I guess we'll find out more information about it maybe at some point in the future. But as it stands right now,
yeah, perhaps.
It's just such a unfamiliar decision that they decide to take for this one. But we'll see what happens.
Especially with the whole taking away the 70% cut for the high end folks.
Yeah, and the partnerships and all that stuff. Yeah, so if people hadn't read up on it, there's a new update happening specifically, once again, to the partners, as TSS stated. So if you guys haven't had the opportunity to read up all the information that's in there, they do have some quality of life changes, especially one interesting one where apparently they said you're now no longer restricted to one platform, I think, where now you can go to any other platforms to also do other things too. So technically, you can go to YouTube and stream there now as well if you'd like. But that all depends on the person themselves, whether they want to really risk that opportunity to stream on multiple platforms, knowing they've built an audience on one side and, whatnot. So, but we'll see on that. A little quickie news, though, just before we start moving into the main topics for tonight. Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. As you guys already know, this week is going to be the launch week of the brand new film. And with that, spoilers will be a very, very big deal, especially given that this is supposed to be a film that will incorporate a lot of elements from the past, the present, and what will be coming in the future. So, with that being said, unfortunately, there has been some leaks that have been going on with the Doctor Strange movie. If you're on social media, it is so bad that even Marvel themselves has straight up used all their accounts and said, yo, we ain't dealing with this shit. We restrict comments. We no longer allowing you to reply in our tweets. Go watch the movie. If you go to their Twitter accounts, they just straight up said, if I could find it, this right here. It says right here, find out in a theater, not online. Replies disabled. So yeah, if you guys want to make sure you avoid any form of leaks whatsoever in the films of Doctor Strange, then I recommend you stay away from social media, specifically twitter.com, because that shit will always trend. And unfortunately, I got hit with the leaks, so I saw a couple of things I probably wasn't meant to see, but I'll probably forget it in about 2 to 3 days, so don't worry about it. Yeah, just a heads up to those who are very excited for the film, especially given the events of No Way Home, and now going into this. It's going to be a very, very fun time for the film, I'd like to believe. So, yeah. With that said, though, TSS, I have to ask you, because I remember a couple of weeks ago, actually, you came out and told us that you had some things you wish to talk about. But I don't know if by any chance you've had your full-on opinion on it just yet regarding the thing.
Okay, yes, I do.
Sweet.
Because because I've been playing this. So another review time coming up. So
would you, by any chance, also provide any links or images or whatever it is I might need?
Sure, I'm gonna give you the official Powkiddy website here. So the product that I'm going to be talking about tonight is going to be the RGB10, the Powkiddy RGB10 Pro, and I'll give you this because I have the official website here. So the RGB10 has been around for a while. It's been around for it's been around for about a year and a half, about a year now, year plus. The Pro model is a slightly more expensive version of the same RGB10 model, except it has some quality of life improvements, such as an OCA laminated screen and slightly better construction. Actually, a higher capacity battery, 3,500 milliamp hours instead of the 2,500 milliamp hour battery that was in the original RGB10. So this device is very interesting because once again, it's a Chinese emulator device. I reviewed a couple of them a couple of years back on the pod, and I'll tell you this much. So this device goes for $85. And even though I will say that you immediately after you buy it, you want to replace the analog stick with a PS Vita stick, which costs you about 10 or 12 bucks, because that analog stick is garbage and you should replace it right away. Thankfully, though, they make it pretty easy to open up the device. All you have to do is just take a nail and poke the little plastic pieces on the back of it, and then you can scoop them out, and then you just use a Phillips head 0 screwdriver to open up the console, and all you got to do is just temporarily disconnect the battery. The battery is on like a connector, like a two pin connector that's keyed, so you can't fuck it up, and and all you have to do is remove a ribbon cable and two small PH0 screws, and then just replace it with the Vita control stick, and then you'll have a perfectly usable console. So
is that a fucking dancing cockroach?
Yes. Yes, it is. Yes,
I'm sure there was a story behind this before I got here.
No. I don't know the story either.
Okay.
I don't have a story.
So the specs are, it uses a Rockchip RK3326 processor. Well, the system on a chip has 1 gigabyte of RAM, and it has a 3.5-inch OCA laminated IPS display at a resolution of 480 by 320. Now there are similar products with the same relative size and the form factor. That being like the Ambernic devices, such as the RG351P and the RG351M. But what makes this set out between both of them is, even though I don't have the Ambernic devices, this is smaller than those in terms of complete footprint. If you want a relative size between the two, products that you may know, in terms of width, it is a little bit longer than a DS Lite. It is actually thinner than a DS. It's at the length is less than a DS Lite, like top to bottom, and the thickness is about the same thickness as a DS Lite bottom shell. So this system can play, or this handheld could play everything perfectly from Atari 2600 up until PlayStation 1. And on top of that, and it plays maybe 50% of N64 games. Not all N64 games are going to play 100%. The same thing with Dreamcast. Dreamcast is slightly less, I'd say like 30%. But the fact of the matter is, you can run various versions of Linux on there. If you search for RGB10, Powkiddy RGB10 OSs, one of my favorite OSs for it is ArkOS, ARKOS. And you load it onto there, and there we go. Then you have an emulation station front end, and you can put all your ROMs and stuff on it. But what really makes this shine is the fact that you could pull this out. I literally bought like a Nintendo 2DS XL case, and I could play this on the bus. It is so small, but it's so comfortable. The trigger buttons on the top are very comfortable, and as you can hear, very clicky. The D-pad is a nice large size. It's about the size. It's actually larger, I think, than the Switch Lite's D-pad, which is quite funny considering how small this device actually is. And the face buttons are about the size of a Switch Lite. So, with that being said, you can now. I mean, here's the thing, though, and I've mentioned this to KG in the past too. Yes, This handheld passes the Yoshi's Island test. This plays Yoshi's Island at full speed.
That's
Unlike
the
the
only
other two
thing I care
handheld-
about.
Yeah, but on this display it looks so good. Like this display, the 3:2 aspect ratio, this was made for GBA games. This runs at a perfect 2x resolution for GBA games. If you want to play GBA, and GBA, it's if you do 2x integer scale, it fits the screen perfectly. On Game Boy, you could fit a 2x screen, a 2x integer scale, but you only have a little bit of top and bottom black bars. But like I said, the display looks absolutely brilliant on it. Now, for other systems such as the Nintendo and the Super Nintendo, as well as the PlayStation, you are going to have to do some scaling things for it. But I would say that if you go into, because it uses RetroArch as a front end to the emulators, aside from Emulation Station, you can use what's called the bilinear sharp 2x prescale, and then it will basically upscale it and then shrink it down to the screen, and then you'll have perfect pixels. Now those are using OpenGL shaders. For the PlayStation emulator, which is the LibRetro version of DuckStation, I suggest for folks out there that want to get this device to run it under OGA video driver mode. There's instructions on how to do it online, but you use that, and then you could upscale PlayStation 2X with a bilinear filter built into the emulator. And then I'm playing, like right now, one of the things that I'm playing on this handheld is Legend of Dragoon. So Legend of Dragoon on this very small handheld is just absolutely incredible. It's very sharp. It's very convenient because now I could be on the bus and I could play this stuff in a small form factor. Now, I will always say that, the difference between this and like emulators on a phone, for example, is the form factor, because the way that you hold on to this handheld, it's very tight together, it's very small, but it is very comfortable to hold, and you don't have to worry about having like these huge like controller wrap around a phone. The screen size here, I think, is pretty much perfect for on-the-go playing. Now, they make bigger versions of this, like, for example, the RGB10 Max and Max 2, but I wanted a smaller device that I can just fit into a DS case and put it into my backpack and just, whip it out and play it on a bus and stuff. And I feel that this device fits the bill, 100%. And also, the reason why you want the RGB10 Pro, in addition to that, is on the bottom it has a full-size USB port. Now this device does not come with built-in Wi-Fi, but you can buy a Wi-Fi dongle, like a TP-Link dongle, 5 gigahertz for like $12 or $14 off of Amazon, and then you can just update the OS that way. Also, with these handhelds, they have something called Portmaster, which allows you to install many other games that are reported specifically for the Rock chip hardware, such as I believe you'll have your Doom, you'll have your Cannonball, you'll have VVV, and other games like that. There's so many different ports for Portmaster. It's not even funny. And it also has a native port for Super Mario 64. And even though it only has one analog stick, it plays extremely well. And you play Super Mario 64 at 60 FPS on this little device, because you can't do it on the freaking Mupen emulator because it doesn't run fast enough. And also the original Super Mario Brothers ran at like less than 30 FPS anyway. So all in all, this device, once you have it in your hands, and once you see the display, and once you have everything like tweaked to your liking, it's just fantastic. And like I said, with the analog stick, you're probably going to spend like $100. But this is like the best $100 you can spend on a tiny handheld like this, and it plays all of the classics, plays all of the handheld classics. And even arcade games like Final Burn Alpha, it runs until I think CPS. You can run it as high as CPS 3, and then Naomi and Atomis Wave are kind of hit or miss, because again, that's pushing the hardware too much. But for those folks that want to play games from the 80s and 90s, and then the handhelds up until the GBA, even though yes, you can still play DS on this. You could play like you could play freaking White, Pokemon White 2 or whatever, like the really hard and demanding games. You are going to get a bit of slowdown, but for the most part, they are indeed playable. You can play like Mario Kart DS, and it'll be fine. The only thing is, this doesn't have a touch screen, so that's why GBA and below I recommend for this handheld, and PlayStation and below for this handheld as well. But like I said, for $100 total, when you factor in replacing the analog stick, it's just great. And also playing freaking Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 is just fantastic as well. Battery life is approximately 5 to 6 hours, and you're gonna have a blast with this one. Also, it only has a mono speaker, so it's kind of a shame it doesn't have stereo speakers. But for a device this small, the sound is adequate, and plus it has a headphone jack anyway. So, like I said, it's just a great experience. You could look online for reviews for the RGB10 and the RGB10 Pro. But I am seriously impressed by Powkiddy's design, and also the buttons. The only minor complaint I have about it is that since the power button is on the left side, if you are holding the handheld where your index fingers are above the triggers, you might accidentally press the power button, but it will only turn the screen off for a brief second. So the way that you want to hold it is, if you're not using the top buttons, the L2 and the L1, R2, and those buttons on top, then I would suggest holding the handheld with your index fingers in the back of the handheld, so you don't accidentally press anything. So that your fingers don't push the power button further down to actually press the screen off. The reset button is recessed on the same side, so you don't have to worry about resetting the console by accident. But still, that's one thing that you have to take into effect. The start and select buttons are clicky, and they are pretty hard to press in terms of their indentation, but you're hardly doing that anyway. And the only other criticism I have about it is it doesn't have a dedicated volume button, even though they have a plus and minus button on the top. They're not mapped to volume control, so you have to set the volume control in Emulation Station, which is a minor gripe. But other than that, like I said, for the price that you're paying and for the size of the handheld, it's absolutely worth your money. So definitely, if you're in it, now I'm going to contradict myself here, because I am going to be getting a Retroid Pocket 2 Plus, and I will be reviewing that probably sometime in either June or July, because that's an Android-based handheld that is a little bit larger, has a better resolution screen, and like I said, it runs Android. So I will have a review for that. But for something that is like a beater handheld that you can just take anywhere and is very small, lightweight, and compact, wholeheartedly recommend this. This gets a 9 out of 10 for me.
Interesting device. I'm kind of curious to see how the other one's going to turn out then for you, since you are also planning on getting your hands on that.
Guys, you gotta review this one, guys. Calm the fuck down.
Hold on, it's part 2, buddy. There's always another side to the coin.
We're starting to sound like Apple now.
No, because here's the thing. Like for me, I love emulation. Folks know that I love emulation. I love having different abilities to play things on the go. And I follow like these channels like Taki Udon and Retro Game Core and all that stuff. And I just find it very fascinating that we live in a world today that we can play PlayStation 1 games on such a small device. Considering that 20 plus years ago, the smallest device that we could play a PlayStation game on was the PS1, which was about the size of a DVD case. And now we can actually play it on like 3-inch devices with 3.5-inch screens now.
Science is so amazing.
Yes.
So amazing. Indeed. The TSS passionate and we enjoy it. Indeed, buddy.
Yes. So, like I said, if you're buying this device, go on eBay and buy a replacement PS Vita official stick and just replace it. And like I said, this will be one of the best handhelds that you will be able to play at this point. And like I said, it's very inexpensive too.
Alrighty then. So I'm
See,
curious
a lot of people. See, a lot of people loves when I geek out on this stuff, and
It's emulation, man. It's always interesting to learn about it, especially because I'm not familiar as much to it in the scene of it all. So to be able
yeah.
to learn more about it is a wonderful thing, man. So yeah.
Absolutely. And like I said, I on my streams, if you guys have any questions on, getting emulation set up, I can definitely, I'll definitely answer your questions. So another reason to watch my streams because it's something I love to talk about passionately. And thank you for, even considering to listen. So.
Yeah, of course, man. And to everybody else, I hope you guys enjoyed what is to be TSS's tech review. I could have sworn we gave a title to this a long time ago, but
It was the tech talk. Yeah,
it was tech
talk.
talk. I could have sworn there was something else. Like we
No,
used TSS's TSS as something.
No, it's been tech talk the whole time.
Okay, maybe I'm just
Okay.
hallucinating. My brain
Yeah.
going all over the place. But yeah.
If we ever get different themed shirts, I kind of wanted like just these cool little tech things around TSS's.
Yeah, like, well, to be fair, if I'm gonna do that,
You know what I'd love to do. If anybody remembers the old Call for Help logo on Tech TV, I want that to just say TSS Tech Talk in the same font and the same thing. I would
Did you see
love somebody to do that if anybody remembers.
I know this
what
isn't
Tech
about
TV is.
technology, but did you see the the Cold Stone Steve Austin picture?
Yes, I
sent you?
did.
Yeah. Oh,
And Lord Michael, thank you for the follow for me. Thank you.
yeah. So guys, for reference, it's Stone Cold Steve Austin, but they changed the font to make it look like the Stone Cold Cream, the Cone Stone Creamery. And so it's Stone Cold Steve Austin, but it's Cold Stone
Cold
Creamery.
Stone Steve Austin.
Cold Stone Steve Austin. I love it. It's so stupid.
it's
but,
the simple shit, bro. It's always
It's the simple silly shit. Like I swear to God, just the little memes and shit I was going through today, where there's this woman on TikTok and she gets up because she's about to start singing, but she hits the side of her hip on the bedpost. So she goes, ah! But everybody took the noise of her going, ah! And like added it to shit. So it's like, ah, I should have bought you flowers.
The one that was great was like the you said the F-Zero one, but there was also the F-Zero one was great, but also what was it, the Kirby one?
Oh, it's so funny.
Yeah, it was
so stupid.
It was
so
so
dumb.
stupid.
I don't know why. I just went down a rabbit hole of dumb shit today on my phone, and I was just like, "This is it. The world's gotta know about this."
Yeah, the trainer theme from Kanto, and then the then the Final Fantasy VII victory theme. I want to be the very
best.
The Super Mario 64 one. That's good.
That one was so good. Oh my god.
Yeah, because they didn't have to change the pitch.
Yeah, it's just great. I love shit I love dumb shit like that.
Yeah, Donnie mentions about the Super Mario 64. Also, MVG mentioned about it too. That if you compile it on like a GCC compiler, you can run it at like 30.
Really?
Nice.
Yeah, 30 plus. Yeah.
How much is the price running for? I probably missed that.
Oh, for that device?
For the retro, yeah.
Yeah, for the RGB10 Pro, it's $85. And then if you want to replace the analog stick, which I wholeheartedly recommend, and it's not a very hard mod to do, it's like $15 to get a Vita stick off of eBay.
So about $90 to $100.
About $90 to $100, yeah.
Oh my god. Okay. I mean, it's something that you could definitely save off 2 paychecks for, I guess.
Well, yeah, and also like I said, it's just once you have it in your hands, and also the texture is just great to feel, the plastic texture. It's like very I wouldn't say soft, but it's a very like appealing, like very comfortable rubber.
Mm-hmm.
That rubber grip. So like I said, and especially in the size, it's like you're gonna see it's like small, but like I said, having it very small is the advantage. Yeah, so, and like I said, there's 5-inch displays that exist too, but I'd say that the 3.5-inch ones, the ones that you got, dude, you got to see freaking GBA on this. I got to show you what GBA on this is gonna look absolutely amazing. But yeah, continuing on. Yeah, so $100. Yeah.
Okay, 100
Yep.
buckaroonies. That's 2 paychecks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty then.
Well,
So
depending on what job you have.
yeah, I was about to say, it depends on what you're doing and how much you're trying to save. Is all that matters.
You work at a fast food restaurant. It's 3 paychecks.
Damn, bro, got to put all that money to the side.
Fast food restaurants don't pay you shit for real. Like they don't pay you. I worked at one. They don't pay you shit. Like you'll be looking at your paycheck going, "Damn, that you gonna at least add a 0 to this? You gonna Did I get a paycheck or an allowance? What is this shit?" That's fucked up.
It is. It's like you live in.
Also, have you guys been seeing these pictures recently on Twitter of Sonic characters in random fucking real life
I saw
places?
Shadow and Claire's. I think that was the first one that showed up. And
Yeah,
I was asking to myself, why?
Sonic and Amy at the Sonic restaurant, and then they showed one of Shadow at Aldi, the grocery store, and what's his name? Black Doom goes, "Shadow, get me a acquire me a bottle of Professor Peppy." What the fuck? What are all these random things? Why are they here? Like, I just see so many Sonic characters in real life places right now. Like, Cream's going to Justice, the fucking clothes store that used to be in malls and shit.
Wait, what? Rad $15 on his check. What the fuck did he? What? That's you get less than that. Well, that's getting less than some people get in a freaking class action lawsuit. What?
Bro, what the hell? Did he have like such a huge debt that it immediately cut out from his tax?
He must have broke something in the store.
That means the guy only worked for fucking 1 hour after tax.
It came out of this man's check.
And Tails goes to build a bear.
What the fuck?
I'd see him there.
Build a bitch.
Probably to steal all of the freaking the voice boxes.
Yeah, he wants to modulate them or some shit.
Where's the rest of my money?
Okay, so waiter, because they automatically get less and they only make whatever it is on tips.
Where's the rest of my money? Oh my god.
Yeah, exactly. That means those fucking people they must have fucking tipped lousy. Oh shit.
Yeah, tips ain't shit. In certain areas, that's why like people when they do service, like you. Unfortunately, we live in a country where we do have no choice but to tip. But
I love how you say we have no choice.
Well, yeah, because in other countries, what they do is that they just pay their workers an appropriate amount. So they don't have to do that. Because tipping, it's an insult, actually, and I think in some countries to actually give a tip.
That's correct. In Japan, they do that.
Yes, thank you. It is Japan.
Because what is expected is you're expecting a person to do their best.
Yes.
And that's why you shouldn't tip. Tipping is an insult because it's saying, well, you're not doing your job hard enough.
Also, it makes things incredibly... Shit. Well, yeah, and it also makes things incredibly awkward for the customer. The customer is supposed to be your guest. So what more awkward way to treat your guest than, okay, you paid me. Are you going to pay me more? Like, doesn't it sound weird? Like, in context? Yeah, you just paid me for my service, but I want more. How much? Amount?
That's why I say anybody that wants to go to Japan, you have to know that you can't tip anybody.
Yeah,
and
tipping is very bad.
In America, we're unfortunately our culture has heavy-handed us to tip. But
yeah, I'm gonna do that out of reflex.
Yeah, you have to. It's in the thing. If anything, I think it should be part of the bill. Just at that point.
Yeah, they just won't say it's in there.
That way it doesn't crazy. That way it doesn't fluctuate. Like
To be fair, also in Japan they actually have to tell you the price with and without tax.
Yes.
On products.
Yes.
Why is that?
Well, because it's a law. It's a law.
Yeah. Well, and if you want to dig into the reason as to why, I believe, because I don't know a lot of things, but I do know money. It's because without tax, it's known as a net. Without tax, it gives you an idea of how much the food and the service and everything was so that you don't get shortchanged. It's essentially making sure that, look, we're a restaurant and we're being genuine by telling you that this costs this much. After tax, this happens.
And in some
you're
businesses,
not getting shortchanged. Yeah.
And in some businesses, such as like drugstores and other things, I've gone into drugstores in Japan and also like freaking like Family Mart and shit like that. And it depends on the business, but the business would sometimes show the price, either the main price with the tax or the main price without, and then either on the bottom right they usually show like the price either with or without tax. It depends.
They had to start that. They had to start that in I think in America they had to start that in 1965-ish. They had to do it because certain restaurants were taking advantage of the tax, so they would use that to up their prices of things, even though the price of the food wasn't warranted. It was essentially their way to like squeeze more money out of the customer, and that's illegal. You can't do it.
Wow.
So yes, they have to show you the regular price and the tax price to ensure that everybody's getting charged equally. That way you don't run into a situation where one customer paid like $5 for, I don't know, scrambled eggs, and another customer paid fucking $10 for scrambled eggs, and when you include taxes, they both come up to $15.
Yeah, but like I said, we live in a culture now that you know, tipping has. I mean, you order anything from like DoorDash or Uber Eats, and then first of all you have to pay the delivery fee, and you have to pay the fee to the store itself because it's not, you know, their service isn't free, and then they say you got to add a tip on top of that.
Yeah, and they put all of that in. They put all of that on the receipt now.
The fives and the zeros are Canada because
that's Canada.
Because they discontinued the penny, so they have to have everything end in 5 or 0.
Canada, can I have your pennies? All of them.
The only except
Give
now
me your
now
pennies.
the thing when paying now I know this because I've been to Canada about 6 times.
Didn't
nowadays,
see me once.
the thing is like the thing is like if you're paying by cash, they have to round it up or down to the nearest 0 or 5 cents. If you're paying by card, then they will charge you the full amount. So, like for example, if a product was like $2.67, if you're paying in cash, you have to pay $2.70. If you're paying by card, you pay $2.67. On the obverse side, if you're paying something $1.62, then you have to pay $1.60 if you're paying cash because they have to round down. But if you're paying by card, they'll have to do $1.62. The thing is, though, they're trying. They did in some provinces, as far as I know, they did adjust the tax law and the tax amounts so that the prices will end in 0 and 5 all the time, so they don't have to deal with this.
That is fascinating, man.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what it is. You know, like I said, I've had plenty of cleaning friends, and I've been I've been to Alberta and I've been to Ontario, and
hold on,
quite a bit of stuff. You know?
I gotta respond to this question. Hey KG, if I were to subscribe to you, would I tip you to remove that tiny dancing roach off the screen? I mean, most definitely, if you would subscribe to remove roach today.
You basically hired an exterminator. KG replaces the roach with the Toblerone girl.
Up and all that shit. Well, wait, that causes cancer. We can't.
He just gets rid of the roach, but the Toblerone girl shows up. No,
that's not what I meant.
Every time we would be talking and we would like be in the middle of a review or something, or somebody be saying something, I'd be like, "KG, get that bitch out of here!"
Yeah, because we notice like the freaking like, you know, subtle shit that, you know, KG puts up, and that's why we have to point it out.
Well, because he made her really tiny and in the background, and she's like holding the Toblerone, and she's got this shit-eating grin, and I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
It's like you pay, if I pay you like $140 because I bought the fucking Toblerone.
The running joke is that I was the only one that saw it at the time, and I was the only one that was getting angry about it. Like the only one. Like
nobody was questioning your insanity at that moment. Everyone was just like, what the.
Get the fucking bitch out of here.
I have to say this straight up. Emmy would normally be here. Unfortunately, her freaking computer decided to say RAM decided to say fuck you.
Oh, Emmy.
And she has to get the RAM replaced, and that's why she's not here. I have to say that because
how come every time we deal with the females in our group, their computers always blow the fuck up? Like this all happens. Remember when Kay was with us and all of a sudden her fucking shit blew up? And
the capture card fucking blew up.
Yeah, it blew up. And now Emmy's fucking RAM blew up. Man, every time the females join us, their computers blow up.
Are we part of the problem?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe. The pod is too much for you women and your computers.
Yeah, and I have to deal with IT on a daily basis. I got to deal with more shit now. Fuck.
Yeah. I feel like Nessa's always had the technology to be in our group. I think they just keep blowing up.
It's like that one. It's like that line in freaking Lucky Star. It's like, I don't know if Kanata said it or not, or I don't know, but it was like, well, it's like the pots keep blowing. It's like what happens when the pots keep blowing up or some shit. Like when you cook, does the pots blow up?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Damn it! I made cereal and the pot blew up. Oh my god! They said Polly, watch out.
And oh my god! I just realized fucking Lucky Star is 15 years old. Oh fuck! I'm old. Holy shit!
Damn.
Oh my god!
I gotta sit down and watch that again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lucky Star.
Yeah.
Yay.
Never seen it, so.
What?
PSS, you knew damn well you were setting yourself up for that. You know KG lived in a box for 28 years.
It was only till last year.
I'm living in a box. I'm living in a cardboard box.
I'm living in a box, buddy. Which begs the question: how was he able to make a YouTube
cardboard
channel?
box? Yeah, probably the same way that one of the old staff at FP used to freaking log into IRC on a 286 or some shit. I don't know.
I brought a box, and I don't know why. I just saw on Twitter the fucking.
And for the folks, and Goggle mentions that one episode of Lucky Star. The problem is, you fucked up when the director gets fired after three episodes because they fucked it up royally, and they had to bring a new director in after 3 episodes.
What the hell happened?
It was bad, I assume.
They were extremely bad. The first 3 episodes of Lucky Star is so fucking bad. And then when they changed the director, they actually fixed the damn thing.
So essentially, the most Lucky Star visuals I said, because I've seen some episodes of Lucky Star, but my majority of the Lucky Star exposure to me has been from AMV Hell. Like that's what primarily these bitches showed up on AMV Hell a lot for some reason. I don't know why, but they use their footage a lot.
Because that would have been probably like AMV Hell Champion Edition or AMV Hell 5.
Yes.
Because I remember that AMV Hell 3, which was the motion picture one, came out in like 05. Yeah. And then the CE came out in like 07. And then like 5 came out in like 08 or 09.
Yeah, but they used a lot of Lucky Star footage in AMV Hell. I to this day don't know why. I don't know why at all. But
because it was popular. Because it was popular.
And I think the characters. The characters were very much like animated. They were super animated. So
it's also because
of the situation.
It's also because of the callbacks and different parodies that they've done.
Yeah.
I mean when you have Aya Hirano doing a parody of her own character, freaking Kanata doing the whole Haruhi thing.
Yeah.
This
was back in like 2007, like when Lucky Star started. So at that point, these were the anime girls. Like these were the anime girls at the time. Like we didn't have the luxury that we have nowadays with the plethora of anime chicks.
And I still find it really funny that freaking Jam Project did a version of Mote Ke Seirafuku, and you have fucking Rika singing a fucking Lucky Star song.
These were the original VTubers.
Oh, is that what it is?
Oh, think about it.
Can I mention like Pokemon and shit while they were in Nara fucking feeding the deer?
Think about it though. No, like real talk. Like TSS laughed because he partly agrees. think about it. Most of the VTubers
Yes.
that we have nowadays, their models are based probably off of this, or at least to at a standpoint, they're related.
In terms of like the kind of like the whole like animated uppity kind of motif.
Like the animated anime chick. That was the mold for pretty much Lucky Star. That's it. And you could put these girls in any situation. That was also the appeal. You could put them anywhere. You could put them in any comedic situation. You could put them in serious situations. They just fit.
Yeah.
So I can see why that's the case, and I can see why the show got so damn popular. Because it was 2007. We were starving for fucking content.
Oh yeah, and then of course the other reason why I like Lucky Star so much is the image song albums that they had, the image song singles, and also like Shiraishi Minoru Shiraishi doing a cover of freaking the Mikuru song, not the
KG, I wouldn't be surprised if Nichijou drew in some inspiration from Lucky Star. It had to have.
Something, maybe, but I gotta give Lucky
they had the
Star
whole they had the whole karaoke album, and the fucked up thing, I'm a huge fan of Ichiro Mizuki's music. I've been listening to his music since like 2005. When freaking Aya Hirano did a cover of fucking Akumizer 3, I fucking lost it. That whole album where they did the karaoke album, that's absolutely funny. And also them Aya Hirano as Kanata freaking trying to sing freaking Monkey Magic and failing at English. That was fucking fantastic. I loved it. I loved that shit. That was the greatest thing.
I guess it all like it's moments when they could just break out of shit and do their own thing is what makes it great.
Right.
Yeah, I loved it.
Glad to
hear. She also did Chala Head Chala.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
The Dragon Ball opening?
Yes. Kanata did the
Hey, send me that link.
Just search it on YouTube. Freaking Kanata Lucky Star Chala Head Chala.
TS says you searching on YouTube and send me that link. Because I'll fuck it up.
Ronnie link.
I don't know how to spell.
Yeah.
You don't know how to spell Chala Head Chala?
I'll call it Chila Head Chali. I'm bad at spelling. I am terrible at spelling. One time I spelled the word so wrong that like the little red underline that goes under there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you know how you can like right click to see what the word should be?
Yes.
I right clicked it and nothing showed up. That means Microsoft Office Word was like, you on your own on this one. You fucked up this badly.
This is not even English.
Yeah, this ain't even a word. I can't even designate what the fuck you did. I can't even figure this one out.
You on your own for this one, Chief.
Try a different word.
It's like you fuck up so. It's like being like fucking up so bad in a spelling bee. You just have to walk away from it.
What was the word?
The guy. Oh, somebody has to take that fucking that what was it? The Indian kid or whatever. The freaking tried to spell. What was it? What the fuck was the word? What was that word? You know, the meme word where the kid was trying to spell it. You know, it's like and there was like so many freaking memes off of it. Anybody remember that?
I know what you're talking about. It's like the video's at the tip of my tongue. We're gonna have to do another try not to laugh, and I think we'll find it.
Yes,
it's one of those.
Probably will, because it's like because it's an all-time classic.
Yeah, because I think we saw that in the try not to laugh challenge. I know what you're talking about. It's on the tip of my tongue too. Like he's looking at the camera. He's looking dead at the camera, and he fucks the word up so horribly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to find it later. But I'm bad at spelling. I'm real bad at spelling. But I'm bad at spelling because nothing ever spells the way it sounds. Like Wednesday was the hardest word for me for most of my life. I got Thursday, Friday, all the other days I was able to spell, but Wednesday fucked me up. And
Also,
the only reason
also business is weird too.
When it's time for me to actually spell that word, I have to pronounce it Wednesday in my head. Otherwise, I'm spelling it wrong because it's WEDNESDAY, and I have the Nintendo to thank for that shit. Because NES So I'm like, oh, okay. Wed, like a wedding. Ness, like the Nintendo Entertainment System. Day. That's how you spell Wednesday. Forever and evermore.
Yeah, I mean, hey, mnemonics are pretty cool to remember how to spell things or how to do things.
Yeah.
Like like people remember PEMDAS, right? Please
PEMDAS.
excuse
Excuse my dear Aunt Sally.
Yes, and also I think it was like some of the scale on like the treble clef where it's like
God damn it,
grammar,
Rex. He said Wednesday.
yeah. If anybody took music, if anybody remembers what the like some of the mnemonics used on the treble clef, it's like Grandma Brown died Friday afternoon.
Yeah. Damn. Damn, Grandma. No, not Grandma.
Yeah.
Got ran over by a reindeer.
Emmy put the microwave. Let's go. Yeah. The microwave.
Yeah, FACE. Yeah, that's right. FACE and Grandma Brown died Friday afternoon. Yeah.
The only one I remember back then growing up with like words to sentences was Penis Land.
Penis Land.
Yeah, which was Penn Island, I think.
Ah, damn.
But
They got you. They got him. Got him. Kirby and the got him.
damn, bro, it's not my fault. That's just how they wrote it in the goddamn thing, bro.
Well,
and
the funny thing is, if you actually look at if you actually look in like Japanese, Nichiobi, that's Sunday because it's Nichi. It has the sun kanji. It's kind of fun. Also Getsuyobi, which is like Monday.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually like the moon. So you have the sun, then the moon.
And the moon. Okay.
And you take the moon.
And you take the moon. You take the moon.
That'll never get old.
You take the moon.
Oh my goodness.
Oh goodness. Freaking. Yeah, it's just. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's why I typically like. For as much as I type, because I don't write for real anything anymore, for as much as I type, I'm afraid of what would happen if we ever had to, like, write shit on paper again, like, legitimately, and I just find a word I have to misspell. I'm just like, it's done. There's no right click for this. But it's done? That's just life now.
You cross it out.
Never mind. Yeah, cross it.
I like how TSF didn't even think about erasing it. You cross it out.
Nah, there's no such thing as an eraser, bro.
Yeah, because unless you're using like erasable pen, who the fuck? I mean, if I have to write, I gotta write shit in pen.
Yeah, I hate erasable pens. Just get a fucking pencil at that point. We get over yourself.
And they just want to make more money, and honestly, it's.
I mean, the crazy thing is, I just recently got my new passport. They still want you to write your address in pencil so that you can erase it.
Yeah,
really?
It's so weird.
Yeah.
I thought they would want it in pen to prevent people from erasing it.
No, because people move, and plus people are going to have that passport for 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Anything can happen between now and 10 years.
Yeah, it's kind of also funny because the newer passports actually have like the actual page for the passport is now like a plastic. It's like a hardened reinforced plastic now. When I got my first passport back in 2012, it was like a textured plastic, but it was like very soft plastic. That was a page, and it still felt very reinforced. But this, it feels like a credit card. Like it's stickered in a damn credit card now. The passport page, because they have all like electronics in it now, like all biometrics, where it has to be reinforced.
Wow.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of crazy.
Technology sure is weird, man.
Yay.
But yeah, so it's like, honestly, I didn't expect this session to go into like flashback territory, bro. That was kind of nice. I kind of like thinking about the things from the past and just sort of vibing with like the stuff we used to have.
Gonna take you back to the past.
Oh yeah. So great segue there, Tyrone. Latest AVGN episode with the freaking Contra. That was his best episode.
Really? Now?
Really? He just dropped that like on, I think it was Thursday.
Well, I know what to watch after the pod then today.
Yeah, you gotta watch. For the folks that didn't watch the Contra episode, he just James released that on Thursday. It's his best episode, especially at the end. It hits you in the feels and stuff.
I weirdly like his Earthbound episode. I can't.
Earthbound is my favorite in my opinion.
It just goes to such a weird place.
Well, because he specifically said that he was playing the Super Nintendo Mini, and then he started playing the game, and he wanted to write a review on it.
Hey man, want some shit? God damn it, angry video game nerd. What the?
Even until this day, he's like the most consistent in my opinion.
Yeah, we just like said at the same time. I love how consistent he is. He never changes. Like he's never been like, oh, I'm rich now, so I'm not gonna take you back to the past anymore. Like,
yeah. And like I said, he's one of the most consistent people on the platform today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he's a caring person too. Like seeing his daily life stuff and how he does things, it's really incredible.
I still love the way he defeated the Ghostbusters controversy. I'm not watching it. That's it. He did it. He won. He fucking won.
I love going back to that video. Did he ever make a new one out of the recent film though?
I don't know. I think he actually did watch that one though.
I still love his analysis on the Kingdom Hearts numbering. And also he did one I think on movie sequels like way back in the day, like 2008 or something.
Yeah.
That those videos are some of that, and it's like what's bullshit, but he can't say that anymore because he's going to get demonetized.
Yeah,
that's sad.
Yay. But that's just how things have changed nowadays, bro. Like for YouTube, you have to be a little cautious with your wording.
But that begs a lot of questions because I know this issue doesn't seem like a lot now, but I've been noticing this on Twitter and like YouTube and Twitch and all these other programs that we go on that where you can get monetized or you can get like reach out for a platform. It's obvious that these monetizations are for censorship to keep people safe. I get it. But what it also does is fight off against the freedom of expression and freedom of speech, which is technically in the law. But I guess the idea is that if you're using the program, then you're under that rule. No longer the law, but does the law supersede your ability to be in the program? That I guess it's because you signed the contract, so you're in the.
Yeah, you have to agree to the terms of service of the company because technically it's a private company.
True, but then that just begs the question: why are the contracts made specifically to infringe upon those levels of freedom of expression and freedom of speech?
I think it's because it pertains to government.
Yeah,
not realistically private.
And if you look at it, while it is a problem, it also is a level of filtered control. Because if it wasn't, we could swing one way or the other.
Then what's going to end up happening is freaking Twitter's going to turn into fucking NeoGAF.
If there weren't protocols to this, then nothing would be stopping people from cyberbullying or verbally abusing other people and saying things that are traumatizing and making someone feel inadequate, invalid, or any of the other, which could lead to very serious things like self-deprecation and, dare I say, suicide. But if you go swing the other direction, the problem then becomes that people are silenced. They're too afraid in order to express themselves freely on a platform that, in all intents and purposes, is free to the public, the internet. So where does the line exactly go? Would you say that why are there two fucking cockroaches, KG?
They're multiplying. They could outlast the freaking nuclear war.
We've worked hard on the PokePod. We are not going to be the hood of fucking podcast right now, okay? All right.
Time to get the roach
right.
Dear God, they're multiplying. Guys, if you wish to get rid of the roaches now, subscribe to the channel today.
Venezuela, please come in. Oh, yes.
Wait, I got it for you.
Oh, you got it!
You got it! Oh no, you missed the other one, buddy.
Wait a minute.
Oh, that one's on your shoe. You might want to scrape it off. Scrape it off.
Chancla wins again.
I know he didn't hit a real roach, but I can feel like
For the record, I don't own a chocolate. I just have freaking. I have like fucking cheap ass slipper, like size 45 Chinese slipper, whatever.
I know he didn't hit a real one, but for some reason my back just like.
He felt that. Felt that in his jeans.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right, Emmy. You leave for one night and we got roaches.
See what happens, Emmy, even though it's theoretically not your fault.
See, you got
Emmy, this is because you left.
We gotta call fucking Terminex and shit now.
This is Emmy.
Come again.
Emmy, this is because we left the 2D cake out from the Sonic stream. Oh my god! I was actually looking back at a bunch of old, some of the clips we've done this year. Shit's funny as fuck, man. Like there's the one where I looked back earlier today, and it was the Rigby one. Oh my god! So I when I saw the Rigby one, I listened to it on KG's, but somebody else clipped it on mine. And I listened to the my version of it, and they clipped the whole joke, like the part where Mordecai goes, "Rigby, you can't just say Team White." It's so fucking stupid.
Oh, they're talking about when Max had it. Oh shit,
Rigby, what the fuck? Yeah, this is why we do the bullshit hour, for dumb shit like this, for TSS killing virtual roaches.
Fucking no. Episode 142 gonna be the Roach Palace.
Killing the roaches.
I showed someone the 2D cake one. Really?
Yes, the TV cake one.
All right, Evo got it. Evo is stepping in for Donnie because Donnie, is
Donnie's
taking
taking a sweet break, bro.
Yeah.
The lad
He
deserves.
deserves-
Fun fact, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys need to know how to clip, TSS, tell them how to clip.
You hold on the Alt key on your keyboard and you press X.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. So if you
And
ever wish to
that's
clip,
Donnie.
clip today, and you can post the clips here. Although for some reason you guys can't ever seem to post the clips. I don't understand why. I would love for you guys to get the opportunity to give clips here. It doesn't allow me to do that unless. Yeah, it says here enable the creation of clips. Only allows what? Followers only. No, it says allow clips. And subscribers only can clip to your channel? What?
I didn't know that.
That is weird. Has this happened to anybody else? Yeah, I know
Links not
links
allowed
aren't
in your
allowed,
chat.
but oh right, just
Maybe.
right. We disabled links, but how do I enable that again so I can allow the viewers to get the opportunity to take care of that? Let's take a look down here. Your channel's chat will automatically delete post URLs except for ones posted by you. Oh, okay, there we go. So if I turn that on, then there we go.
All right.
Try posting the links now, chat. See if it works. Or specifically Evo, since you were the one. No, it didn't work. I don't understand how to fix that, buddies. So maybe it'll enable at some point. So yeah. No.
All right. Peek. All right. Try now.
I'm sure. It sucks. It sucks. I don't understand why you guys can't get the opportunity to post links. Maybe it's because you're still streaming.
Oh man, it's just streaming. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, so I have to end the stream and then open it back up.
And then they'll be clipped.
Probably.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh well. Let's see. Ban evasion list. No. Permitted terms and phrases. Block terms and phrases. Yeah, there's some weird ones here. Yeah, I don't get it, but whatever. That'll be for another day, I guess.
Yeah.
We'll figure this out together, chat. We will
Alrighty.
figure things out in the future. But until
I
then,
think I think we've reached our time.
But that was fun, though. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in for hour 1 of the 2-hour pod session for tonight. As you guys already know, KGG, did you hear the loud thunder this morning? Yeah, that shit woke me up, bro. Did it hit for you around your area, TSS, by any chance?
No, because I was still sleeping.
I mean, I was too, but I heard.
Yeah, but that probably was down towards like Long Island and shit.
Yeah.
And somehow I heard it. We. All right, but anyway, let me go and take this opportunity to grab the episodes and stuff and get them all set. So in the meantime,
While doing that, I'm gonna go and grab some water.
yes, so I want to let everybody know once again, we are going to be talking about a particular episode that had just dropped a while ago on Friday. It was an episode that a lot of people, and I mean a lot of people, were super excited for, given the reasoning behind it is, well, our boy returning. Everybody's favorite blue Froggo, Palpitoad, is making his return in this week's episode. So we're going to be talking about his ass, and we're going to be seeing what he had provided in this episode as a whole, if I'm correct, unless I'm missing something. I think I'm correct on that part, right, Taron?
What?
Yeah, everyone's favorite blue Froggo's here.
Oh, yeah, Poliwhirl.
No, Ash doesn't own that one, but he does own a wonderful, wonderful Palpitoad. Yeah, we're gonna go and talk about that, lad. What do you guys say? Let's get to it.
Oh, did you guys see the one picture, by the way, of I don't know who made that, but it's the picture of Greninja chilling in the tree, and he's thinking about when he was a Froakie with Ash and Pikachu.
Yes, that art
like
was
that picture.
amazing. Yeah,
Yeah, I like that. That was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Where'd
right,
that
then.
come from?
No idea, honestly.
Okay.
Is it Blue Kermit?
I liked it. I mean, I thought it was like one of the staff was drawing it or some shit as like because don't we have moments like that where the staff randomly draws fucking shit from random series in the anime?
Somewhat.
Sometimes they actually just do it based off of the episode that aired.
Yeah. Side note, I do like this picture of Raihan for some reason. I don't know why.
But
It's a good
anyway,
picture of Raihan.
Because he's copying me with the fucking hand thing.
Yeah.
nice. So let's get to it, ladies
and Leon's dumbass is like, I hope they both win. Like,
it's like whoever wins. It's dochimo. I mean, can mean either both or whoever wins.
I know. I know. It just Leon has the derpy face in that shot, particularly. He's like, I hope they both win. Like,
all right, then, ladies and gents, let us get into it. Tonight, folks, is going to be our review on the latest episode of Pocket Monsters 2019, titled Lucario and Gekkoga, The Wave Guidance of Fate. So let me read the summary to this episode real quick, and then we'll start jumping into it and sharing our review for this episode. And curious to see how you guys have to share with your inputs on this one, because I am very curious now that time had passed. We got to watch the episode maybe a little bit more after the reaction to it on Friday, which if you guys haven't checked that out yet, well, the VOD for it will be available on later in the week on YouTube. But to those who want to catch it live, make sure to tune in on Fridays for that. Now, back to the episode at hand, though. The summary states, in order to power up before entering the Masters 8, Satoshi and Lucario decide to go see the Gekkoga Satoshi once traveled with in the Kalos region. Lucario challenges Gekkoga to a battle, but ends up being absolutely no match for it. However, it appears Gekkoga wants to tell Lucario something, and now Lucario and Gekkoga's wave guidance overlap. So, on the very bottom, it also has some more descriptions about this episode as well, which I'll go into a little bit of detail too. It's super fierce. The Pokemon World Championships. Satoshi's Lucario has new powers awakened? In order to challenge the Masters 8, Satoshi trains Lucario with the aim of powering up further. Will this result in them resonating with each other and seizing new powers? Lucario battles Gekkoga, a Pokemon that has a strong bond with Satoshi. Its training partner in the Gekkoga that traveled with Satoshi. Gekkoga is a Pokemon that went on an adventure with Satoshi in the Kalos region. The long journey and many battles made it grow into a companion that has a strong bond with him. Gekkoga evolved from the Keromatsu Satoshi got in the Kalos region. Its forte is Protean, ninja-like battling with nimble movement. I think I pronounced the Protean part correctly. It's not protein. It's protein or whatever it is. So that's pretty much what I got on that part there. And they also have an image showcasing the stuff that was revealed in the magazine. All right. With all the deets and information out of the way, who would like to go first in this discussion?
I go last.
Uh-oh. Alrighty then.
SpaghettiOs, okay.
Yeah, so TSS, that means I would like to hear from you first, buddy.
Okay.
What do you
so
have to
first-
say about this episode?
So let's get started. Since I'm leading off, I can actually get some more in-depth reviews on this. So first of all, we're heading into, once again, like with the previous PWC episode, at least they're making an effort on showing and building up the fight before the fight, and not just doing like a freaking Marnie job where you freaking jobs out to Satoshi like that. So first of all, Kibana's whole thing with him punching the damn wall and then taking a selfie of himself, saying that I will not forget this moment. It's using that to drive himself to train to face Satoshi. So then we get to the next part is when Satoshi's training with his Pokemon, and then you see like Lucario. Lucario and the part that I really liked was the fact that Cinderace just comes out, just fucking grabs Lucario and just fucking starts sparring with him like in the third opening. But I want to say that the Karamatsu, the Karamatsu and the Eevee fighting together and having it evolve into Gekko Kashira, that put like a twinkle in Satoshi's eyes, like, oh, let's go there, let's meet him, my Gekkoga, and then they fly over to Kalos. Also, I think Ikue Otani actually voiced, I think, one of the little boys that was actually in that scene with Raihan there. And I could tell because it's like, gift wrapping a hammer in that case. I really like that part as well. Also, the music that is played throughout this episode, we're going to get to the nitty-gritty details later, but I did like the one where Raihan has the Dualodon out, and then it transitions into Satoshi and Go going to the Kalos, that area. So let's get down to business. So first of all, what I noticed here is that when you had the initial fight with Gekkoga versus the Vines again, I noticed that when you could see the bond between them. And the other thing is, by the way, I do not feel that not showing Satoshi Gekkoga in its form when it was fighting Elan in that little still was detrimental. I think for the fact that we weren't going to see it transform into Satoshi Gekkoga again, it was justified in my opinion. But again, people will have things to say about that. It's like, oh, you retconned it. No, they didn't. They just didn't want to show it because of the fact that then they would have to show it on screen and it'll make people confused. It'll make the new kids, like the 5-year-old kids, confused. Okay, that's fine. So when we get into the battle between the initial challenge between Lucario and Gekkoga, what I found interesting was that even though they both had the bonds, I could definitely see that Lucario still had kind of its aggressive, defiant tendencies that it had since it was born from a Riolu. So that's why Satoshi was able to determine like all of Gekkoga's moves because he's in fucking perfect sync with him, while Lucario wasn't in perfect sync, and this proves it when he tries to like build up his aura and force Satoshi to force him to Mega Evolve. That's Lucario trying to aggressively put itself into the lead, and in that effect, that was detrimental. And then he got pissed off because he couldn't fucking beat him, so he ran away. He didn't lose, so he ran into the forest. So in effect, Gekkoga happened to put Lucario over without completely embarrassing it. And I think at that point, that's fine. I thought Lucario was gonna fucking completely job out to the frog before it was if it learned anything, I think this specific, the way that they battled specifically, did a service to both of them without define or like detrimenting either of the characters. But to see them in perfect harmony, like the animation in this episode where they are in sync, is just it just made me very emotional, and I really felt the connection between them. But my favorite part is towards the end where Satoshi like was able to control both of them at the same time. And especially with the transition of music. By the way, I loved the track that plays when Gikoga and Lucario were in the lake, and also right before Lucario Mega Evolved again. And you see like a perfect balance between Miyazaki music and Hayashi music. And that made the whole thing. It was a totally immersive experience for me. And it drove the story. It drove the story without making Gikoga look bad, and it also drove the story without making Lucario look fucking like totally weak, because by the end of it, Gikoga put him over without, like I said, detrimenting or demining either of the characters. And I thought that was greatly executed. That was perfectly executed. So with that being said, like I said, with the animation and also Rika's vocal performance in this, top notch, especially when they had Lucario do the way when they had the bolt attack, right? When they had both Gikoga use the water shuriken and the Hadodan, that was fucking the way that she yelled. It was very passionate, and with that, you had the whole thing coming together, and they were able to defeat the Vines together. And I think with that made it for me. That really made it for me. Like I said, it was the music, it was the visuals, and it was Satoshi's performance, as well as both Lucario and Gikoga's performance, in that they could work together. And with that gets my stamp. That gets an instant 9.3 for me. And I can't wait until the next episode. Like I said, they are setting up these episodes well. Now finally, it took you fucking 2 years to fucking like a year and a half to realize, oh, we have to set up the fucking fights properly now, instead of just introducing the damn characters 5 minutes in and fucking jobbing them out. So yeah, great job for Jobber Frog not fucking jobbing to fucking Lucario to make him look stronger. Fantastic.
Alrighty then. So, you said 9.3, correct?
9.3, yes.
All right, then. Let me go and share my review on this one as well now. So, I'm actually very indifferent towards this episode. I don't necessarily hate it, but I don't necessarily like it entirely as well. I'm kind of like in the middle for this episode, because there are a lot of good elements that are in this episode, but at the same time, there are moments where I feel things could have been tweaked a little bit better, or more so helped make the flow go a little better. But I'll get into that when we get to those points. But for now, let me address some of the things I really liked. So one thing I liked, and as you mentioned before, regarding like Raihan stuff and all that, I always like seeing two stories sort of colliding with each other around the same time frame. So like, for example, as Satoshi's story is going on at this current moment, you see Raihan's story going on as well, and learning a little bit about his backstory behind the selfie pictures and why he takes them to begin with is genuinely really, really cool. To learn why he started doing these sort of selfies to begin with. And having that in mind, I was really enjoying Raihan's perspective. I wish I could have seen a little bit more of it from his angle, just so that way when the fight does get to it, you can feel the impact from both angles here. We got glimpses of it in this episode, and I don't really believe we'll be getting much of it in the next episode, given that it was confirmed to be just a solo episode for this one. But we'll see how they structure the next episode when it comes to the interactions and dialogue that they have set up for the characters. So For Raihan, like I stated, I enjoyed his bits. I thought they were great. Just wish I could have seen a little bit more. Now, as for just the first half of the episode, generally speaking, I really enjoyed it a lot too, because it was nice to see just the characters actually doing shit for once. You know, one of my biggest criticisms I always had is just that we never really get to see a lot of the Pokemon in the lab. But recently, these past couple of weeks, when we're at the lab, we do get to see the variety of Mon actually there, doing things, interacting with each other. You know, like Froakie interacting with Yamper, or was it Eevee? I forgot who was that.
No, it was Eevee. It was Eevee.
It was Eevee.
It was
Okay.
Eevee.
So
I
like
specifically thought it
interactions
was
like
Eevee.
that, you know, it's little moments like that I appreciate, because it once again establishes that there is a world that's being built upon here. And hell, we saw that Froakie in the Yamper episode too, with its interaction with Mach. It's like little shit like this. They don't mean much in the grand scheme of things, but it does feel like there is a world being grown in this lab, and I like that stuff. I want to see more of that, because that's what made it great. That's what I loved about year one, when it came to the moments in the lab, is because we got to see those Pokemon just sort of be there. And then year two, we sort of lost that, and now year three, we're slowly going back on that momentum again, during the final year of JN. And so I enjoyed bits like that. I liked the little battle they had. Maybe the evolution was a little too quick for me. I'll be real with you, because we didn't really get to see much of Froakie do things. But then again, we don't even know how high level or low level this Froakie really was in terms of getting close to evolution.
Right.
But brushing that aside as well, I always found it a little funny that Ash saw that Pokemon's evolution growing into a Frogadier, and he's like, I got it. Let's go see Greninja. I thought that was like such a weird moment right then and there, for me personally. But I still appreciated it, in regards to like trying to kind of connect certain mons that Go has, to Satoshi's character. That's the kind of shit I appreciate, because when you do capture mons that Ash has owned, I would love to see Ash bring that sort of thing up. And he does that with Greninja, where he's like, I saw your Frogadier and all that, and it reminded me of the Greninja I had in the old days, like when they were outside taking a snooze in their campsite. Like, I love shit like that. Like I wanted more of that. When Go caught the little Suba, I was really hoping we would have seen Big Suba make an appearance, at least through the form of a cameo, just to be like, I've owned one of these once before, or at least bring a brief mention to it. Because when you see Pokemon that are being owned by your companions, you will like some more moments like that. So that's just my take on it. But yeah, like I said, the first half of the episode I really enjoyed. The moments that they're outside, camping through the forest, walking around the areas, all that stuff. It's really, really good. It establishes just a lot of what the Pokemon world is like and what these characters are like. One weird thing I just find so odd is the flashback scenario for one particular moment, and I'm pretty confident Tyrone will probably elaborate more in detail on his side, which was the fact that they scrubbed out Ash Greninja during the battle that it had with Alon. Sure, there was a moment where Greninja and Charizard fought each other in their base forms, but I don't recall Charizard X fighting Greninja in its base form. I could have sworn those two were in their alternate forms fighting each other.
They transformed at the same time.
Yeah. So I found that so weird. And people are saying, oh, they'll probably do the same thing like Serena and they scrub her off. But I'm like, it works with Serena because you got to remember Serena wasn't with the main cast for like the first few episodes of the series, so that flashback scenario they had
has fucking Chespin in it after Serena had joined the group.
Yeah, which is I was about to elaborate on that, which is weird because there is a certain character that is in that shot or a certain Pokemon, but I could have sworn that shot of them running was straight up something from the original first few episodes of the series. But whatever, Serena was even scrubbed from that one, which I thought was odd. Hell, even the Serena flashbacks, Ash wasn't even present in any of them. But the point of the matter is, like I was thinking, just they would do a little bit more with like keeping polishness on the flashbacks. But for this one in particular, that was like probably the most. I don't know what's the proper word. I wouldn't say disappointing, but just the most curious edit that they decided to take with this one, only because of the fact that Ash Greninja was such a big symbol for X, Y, and Z. So to have it be scrubbed off on the side, yeah, perplexing. I think that's a better term to use. Because like just to have that character be brushed off to the side and like just ignored in this front is so bizarre to me, because the whole reason why the bond even exists between Ash and Greninja was because of the form that's in between each other, the Ash and the Greninja. Ash Greninja, the whole point of that was the bond phenomenon. If you take out the Ash Greninja, then there was really no phenomenon between the two. It was just simply a good symbol of a sync between Ash and Greninja, but that's it. Like, the reason why that whole chemistry worked is because of Satoshi Koga, but you scrubbed out the whole premise behind it in that flashback, which I thought was weird. And people are going to say, oh, they'll probably save it for another episode, but it's like, shouldn't you establish that these things exist first? So that way, when they do show up again in the present timeline, everybody will kind of have an idea of what to expect in that moment, rather than, oh, we're going to brush it and save it for whenever Greninja comes back. And I'm like, guys, why do you want Greninja to come back? The whole premise is we're focusing on the cast now. There's a reason why Ash is training his current Mons now and not asking his Greninja to come back to the team in this episode. Because he knows that everybody else is doing their own thing. Let the new generation Mons take care of this seat here with these current opponents that are coming through. And let Greninja just sort of, be a guidance for Lucario, which was the whole premise of the title, So, yeah, that whole Ash Greninja bit, I'm just very mixed on it. I didn't really like it. And if they do say bring it back up for a later point, it just makes the flashback look that much more bizarre to me, because it's like that it doesn't even, this isn't canonical now, basically, in a way. Because you scrubbed off something that was a canonical fight, and now there was probably some alternate universe fight that happened where Greninja wasn't even able to transform or some shit. That little edit makes such a big difference in the overall plot of this, bro. It really feels like we're in an alternate universe on this one. But yeah, so the tree fight, or whatever, the roots and all that, I really liked it. For the first half anyway, just because I enjoyed how they showed off Greninja's character, how quick and agile it was able to locate the root of the problem and just slash it with one shuriken and just immediately annihilate it, which is also going to be a criticism I have to address later. And I really, my favorite thing about this episode, this might sound stupid, but it reminded me a lot of Sonic 06 with Shadow and Silver, where Silver was like trying to beat the shit out of Shadow, and then you just see Shadow just pick up an orb, and yeah, and then just smacks his ass in the back, and he gets knocked out. I love this fight, bro. This was my favorite fight with Lucario, only because they made sure to keep Greninja in his place, bro. Like, they made sure to not tamper with Greninja's power scale in this term, because he really was the strongest Pokemon in Ash's team, or at least one of the peak Pokemon in Ash's team entirely, so I like that. I really did. I just was not a fan of Lucario's attitude in this episode too. That was kind of a little bizarre. I understand why. Lucario, I think, has been established since its evolution to be kind of that Pokemon to not really enjoy getting its ass beat like that. But it really threw me off. I'm not going to lie. It really threw me off with Lucario getting his ass beat too, given the fact that you've seen Lucario take down 2 Mons in one battle, take one big-ass G-Max punch in the face that's supposed to be super effective, and it just brushes it to the side. You've seen all these cool things that Lucario have done prior to this episode. You know what my biggest criticism is about this episode that I think I can address to the Leon episode from episode 100? This episode could have worked had this been introduced when Lucario was evolved, in my opinion. Because there are a lot of things this episode establishes that I feel would have worked before the B fight. Or even way before then. because certain elements about this episode, like how it grew this giant aura sphere, or how it was able to take all these hits and all that, that could have been established with Greninja in the early second year of X and of Journeys. I'm sorry, and I really feel like that could have made things a little bit more stronger overall. Because to have Greninja, be like this, where it takes out Lucario, who's supposed to be representing the Masters 8. You know, and to see his ass get so beat like this is just so weird to me. So yeah, he is evolved. I'm talking about like when Riolu evolved into Lucario in the earlier episodes of JN. I really would have preferred it if Greninja had appeared around that time before the rematch against B in the finale of their arcs. You know, I think that would have been another cool moment for Lucario's character to have grown a little bit more, and also would have tied in perfectly with Karina's return in that episode too, when they helped out Satoshi to get the Mega Stone. I think it would have been great had they been like establishing more of the evolution sequence between Ash and Lucario to Mega Lucario, and be like, there's something missing, and then Ash would like click and be like, there is another Pokemon that could have also been feeling the similar vibe that I had with Lucario here. Let's go meet Greninja. And then have that episode be in between the Megastone episode and the B fight. And that could have helped out overall, in my opinion. Because, like I stated, this episode in its writing and the way it's written, it does work. But I think the timing of when this episode is taking place is the issue I have with it the most. Because I would completely understand Lucario getting its ass beat left and right had we been earlier into Lucario's lifespan and not rather more far late into the series, you know? Especially when you realize we're so close to the Masters 8. This Lucario is supposed to go up against champions soon. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what I'm trying to address here with that one. So just to quickly brush these things quick as well. The way these two Pokemon interacted with each other with the lake and all that, I didn't really find that much of a big issue. I just wish there was something that could have, like, body language or something that could have gone further with Lucario and Greninja, aside from like the tapping water with each other and whatnot. I feel like there could have been just a little bit more for that, but. And, you know, I wish we got more. And then the big issue I had, I don't know if this was intentional that Greninja did this, but the second time he used the Shuriken attack, it didn't straight up destroy the root the second time around. And it wasn't until Greninja's big-ass Aura Sphere attack came in, and then that took it out. I thought that was the weirdest part about it all. But the ending of the episode, Greninja and Ash say farewell once again. And I want to bring this up because I really found this adorable that I wish we had seen in this episode. Remember how I talked about the Serena and what was her name again? The girl with the Altaria. Lycia, I think was her name.
Lycia.
Yeah, remember they made a comic out of it where they had them do the dance to Dori Dori, which I thought was really cute. And I brought that up in the review. They did another comic for Greninja as well, where you see Greninja in like the tree. He's just looking up in the sky, and you see his memories are like the little bubble cloud above him, and it's showing his travels with Ash when he was a Froakie. Where was that, bro? I think my biggest issue with Greninja, there was no real true interaction that really made it feel super genuine. Like, I don't even think Ash even said, "What's up, Greninja?" or something like that. "How have you been, buddy?" Like, hell, even Pikachu didn't even do like something to say hello to Greninja in a way. I feel like there were certain things cut from this episode that could have been in here had they reworked certain moments in this episode. But that's the one thing that kind of hurt me the most, is I really wish they could have had at least a moment to have like hugged or like shake hands or stuff like that in the current time, but they just straight up said, "Yo, Greninja, no more time to talk. I know we just saw each other, but we got to take care of business right now." I'm like, what the fuck? You know, like I really wish they had some more interactions, because that little moment with Greninja in the tree in the comic, I really like that, bro. So, you know, I wish we had more from that in this episode. So overall, my take on this episode is, like I stated before, I feel very indifferent on it. I really like things from this episode. I really do. And I hope I addressed that in my side of the review. But at the same time, I also hoped I addressed certain things that I also found to feel kind of not insignificant, but just weak in terms of like when this episode was taking place, and more so how certain things were written overall. So if I was to give it a review, I would genuinely give it a 6 out of 10. I still, like I said, just found it slightly a little bit more enjoyable because there are certain elements I like. And it was great to see Greninja come back again. Will this be his last time though? I think so, because if Greninja had came back during the second year, I would honestly say he would be able to come back. But if this is supposed to be the final year, the climax, well, I think we'll have to wait and see for that. So yeah. But for now, I really don't think Greninja's coming back. I think this was his episode. But that's just my take on it. Maybe you guys in the chat, I'm kind of curious about your input. If you guys would like to share your thoughts in the comments there. What do you guys think? Do you think Greninja will come back? Yay or nay? But that's my take overall on this side of the review. So Tyrone, what do you have to say? Now, I saved this one for you, buddy. What's your take on this episode overall?
It so fucking sucked, bro. Like, I don't. Ass, bro. Okay, so first off, let me get the good shit out the way. I like the music. The soundtrack was good. There was this random tech song in there, like this techno ass like song in there. And I feel like that was probably supposed to be the stand-in for the XYZ theme. I feel it. I don't know why, but in my brain, I feel like that was put in its place. I don't know. Just, I don't know. Part of me in my head is like, this feels like it should have been an Ikuze moment, but they didn't make it an Ikuze moment, because if they made it an Ikuze moment, I guess that would top Lucario's thing, huh? And that's what this whole episode feels like. This whole episode to me feels like they wanted to get the coolness of Greninja shown, but they can't have him outshine Lucario too much. That's why in the flashback we don't get Ash Greninja. It's not because, oh, we're going to save him for later. No, it's because if we get Ash Greninja, then the people who are new to the series are going to be so focused on it that the Mega Lucario thing is going to seem like an afterthought. They tried their best to use the coolness of Greninja without using the coolness of Greninja. They wanted the aspects of Greninja and the fact that he's a popular Pokemon so they can bring in old audience members, but they don't want to stir away new audience members and have them like only focus on Greninja. Like, oh, okay, this Ash Greninja thing, would he use it? That was only for one episode, calm down, but I like it. We're focusing on Lucario right now. I don't want Lucario, I want this Greninja thing now. It's cool, shut up, we're done with Greninja. Like, that's what this whole episode feels like. Even the fight itself to me feels like, I don't know, even recently, this whole month with the whole using XY characters, giving them their own episodes, it feels like Journeys has been desperately grabbing at X and Y, going, oh, I want to be like you so bad, please, can I use your characters, please, can I use your Greninja, please, 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 come on, big brother XY, please, you're so cool. Like, I don't know, that's what this whole month felt like that. It just felt like that. And it felt very desperate. The reason that a lot of people have been praising, like, what's been happening recently, because they're using a better story. they're using the better show. And woe and behold, that is the one. And woe and behold, the only way to show off X and Y properly was to give them all pretty much two-parters. Well, Serena gets a one-parter, but it's mostly because she's focused on developing Koharu, which she did a much better job than the other girls did to help Koharu. But for Clement and for Greninja, they obviously had to do build-ups for Ash's next fight, because that's how Ash always prepared for a fight in X and Y. His friends helped him. Clement would train with him, or invent an invention, or Serena would help, like, give suggestions, or give Ash and the others food or treats or something, or Bonnie would cheer the crew on. That's how X and Y worked. It was preparation and execution. Where Journeys has sort of like just had challenges happen on the fly. Honestly, my favorite part of the episode is Raihan's part of the episode, because it digs deep into what happens if a character doesn't want to lose or gets mad at someone who is winning a lot and he has to face the fact that he's second fiddle. I like this. The problem, though, is that next episode, we know what happens. We know that it's a one-part episode and not a two-parter, and we don't get to dive deep into Raihan's character anymore past that. So we know by the end of this, and these are placements for the tournament, for the Masters 8. So after all this, I refuse to lose. He gonna lose. Like, there's no other way to slice it. I wish I could feel for this, but it's hard for me to get emotionally invested into that because he's gonna get his fucking ass kicked. So, and that's the problem. They forced themselves in a position where he can't go back. And I find it a hard time for me giving a rat's ass because they're digging deep into the story that essentially is not gonna have a good payoff. And then we move into like Ash's whole plot with why he wants to meet Greninja in the first place, which I think is fucking pathetic. It's Froakie evolving into Frogadier. We don't even know this Froakie past the fact that he likes Grimer from the last episode. Like, it happens in an instant, and Go didn't contribute to any of it. This is his Pokemon, yet he didn't do any of it, and he has the right to be upset about it. He's over here being upset about it. I'm like, Go, not upset, excited about it. I'm like, why are you excited, Go? You didn't do jack shit. You contributed nothing towards this Froakie's development or evolution. You caught it, and it evolved. You've done nothing. And that presses on to more of the problem of what Go's character is. Especially recently, since we've been going back on all these old X and Y things, is that Go can't do anything in these sections. So he's just been sort of sitting back fiddle. I made a tweet a couple of days ago where I said what would have made this a little bit more comfortable is if once Froakie evolved, he brings the goddamn Frogadier with him so that they could witness Greninja. The same way Riolu did with Karina's Lucario. And it doesn't even have to play a major role. It could just sit there and watch Greninja be Greninja and gain some inspiration from that.
Hell, it could have been like as you said with the Riolu thing, just replace Grookey with Frogadier and nobody would have really batted an eye about it. In fact, people would have just enjoyed it because it's a simple, once again, small but effective moment in the overall story.
It would have been a nice background touch to allow Frogadier to grow because at this point, I know nothing about this Pokemon. And I feel like all of these setups were a plot device to get Greninja into the episode, into the series. They almost feel like desperate shoved attempts. And again, a lot of these people keep saying, well, they took Ash Greninja out of the flashback because they're going to use him for later. That's horrible flashback structure. First of all, you're tampering with an event that actually happened for nothing more than the sake of we're trying to make something a surprise for you. That's not good. You're messing with a flashback. And even if you take that out of account, it's just extremely awkward. Who are we trying to please here? Are we trying to please new fans that want to know who Greninja is? Well, what makes this Greninja any different than any other Greninja? We don't know. Ash goes, my Greninja was special because when I was fighting, it was like we were fighting at the same time. Okay, does he have aura? Or why can your Greninja do that? What makes your Greninja different than any other Greninja? Oh, well, we can't show you Ash Greninja because if we do, then it'll spoil the surprise. Okay. All right, now let's say I'm an old fan. If I'm an old fan, then the question goes, well, where's Ash Greninja? He was in this fight. So it makes it incredibly awkward for both parties. No matter what, even Go straight up ask, well, why can Greninja help you with Lucario's aura training? Like it doesn't have aura, so why is it doing it? Is it because of his close bond with Ash? And then even when we go to see the battle, like I said, why as satisfying as it is to see Greninja beat the shit out of Lucario, the fact that Lucario's desperately trying to fight off Greninja, and Ash wants to Mega Evolve it, only for it to not. Oh yeah, real close bond you got there. Remember when Leon said y'all had such a close bond, and you were able to Mega Evolve because of such a close bond? I guess this is it, huh? This is that close bond I got. The one that's preventing Lucario from Mega Evolving. That he got in a day. When he got the Mega Stomp. That floats into the air when he Mega Evolves. Okay. Like, I guess. Sure, Journeys, whatever. Like, none of it adds up. Like, it all feels dangerously awkward. It feels like what they tried to do was they had a very popular moment in X and Y. They had a popular Pokemon. They had a popular something to pull in a lot of audience members, but they didn't want to show it off too much because they knew if they did, it would drag attention away from the current. Even now, I'm hearing all these people saying, oh, when's Greninja coming back? When's Greninja coming back? Guys, wasn't this supposed to be Lucario's episode? He's the least important thing in the episode. Everybody wants Greninja to come back. What does that say about your show when people don't even care about the current ace? They want the old ace to come back. They want Ash to fight Alon again, I guess for I got him points, which is fucking pointless to me. I've already made my statement that Ash in and of itself is already better than Alon, and I've made that statement very clear because in X and Y, fucking Alon states it.
Yeah, I was about to say, in the final episodes, he just straight up says, no, in this current time now, I can't.
Yeah, people get upset because Ash lost the physical battle, but that's not the interpreted point. The point is that Ash was able to pick himself up after defeat, after realizing defeat. When Alon got defeated, he got defeated in a different way. He got defeated in the realization that he pushed his friends and loved ones away for nothing more than gaining power, and that power led to destroying others that he cared about. He couldn't handle it and got depressed. He couldn't even move in the Lysander fight. Ash, on the other hand, has gotten support from the others around him and has allowed him to pick himself up. But the only reason that they were able to support him is because he inspired them. It's symbiotic. Their relationship helped each other grow. And that friendship, that bond he has with his friends, his Pokemon, is what allowed him to tell Lysander off and resist him. While Alon was useless in that fight until Ash inspired him. That's Ash's influence. That's his character. That's been the whole point. It's why Alon says that you beat me. He doesn't mean in the physical fucking Pokemon battle. The battle, while as cool as it is, isn't important. It's the ending result of the two clashing based off of experience between the bond they have with their Pokemon. And Alon just happened to have Charizard longer. The point was the interpretation of the character and how strong Ash is as an influence. So I don't want to see Ash come back and fight Alon again for a rematch purpose. It's pointless. It doesn't add anything. All it would be another checkmark box on Ash's win ratio. I don't care about that. I don't think anyone should care about that. And I definitely don't think people should be wanting Greninja to come back when it's Lucario that's supposed to be gaining the training. Because that's disingenuous towards his other Pokemon. What if in Alola Ash was like, yeah, my Alola team is great and all, and this is my home, but I really want fucking Charizard to go ahead and fight Lycanroc. Like, it would feel out of place and awkward. So that's my whole statement. That's always been my point of this. And honestly, they hit Ash Greninja mostly because they didn't want Ash Greninja to outshine the current thing right now, which is Mega Lucario. That's the whole point. It's always been the point. They want Mega Lucario to be the thing that helps Ash get through the Masters 8. And honestly, for as much as I don't like Journeys, I want Ash's Journeys team to be the one to take on the Masters 8 because it's its fucking team. If anything, it would allow for them to have more goddamn screen time. But that's the point. I don't want X and Y characters to come back because as of this month, it feels like they've been desperately trying to get old stuff back for nothing more than the sake of, please help our show. Please help us get better. Please, we're desperate. We need this. Everyone loved X and Y. Please. And that just seems pathetic to me. It doesn't look good. And as far as the training, because I'll jump to that, the water training, my only issue, I get it. I get that they're transferring energy so that Lucario can have better senses. My issue, though, is that they spent so much time looking for Greninja, having the fight, fighting the vines. They did all of that so rapidly that the training is nothing more than a few seconds. My issue is that it's short. That's the biggest issue I have with it. So it comes off as awkward. This whole episode comes off as awkward. And not just thematically, animation-wise. You play a very thin tightrope when you use X and Y characters and X and Y Pokemon, because X and Y had the really good battle art and animation. Even now on Twitter, people have been retweeting Ash's fight against Shota a lot today. You look back at that, then look at Greninja fighting in this, and it looks horrible. Night and fucking day. So it's awkward. It's dangerously awkward, and it's clear that the animation budget was not there. It was there in certain places where they had their A team on it, but their B team shows here. And honestly, you chose the Greninja episode for that? Again, this is one of the reasons I said that XY really shouldn't be touched, because as much as even I like the Serena episode, the performance looks nice. But imagine if it looked as well as it did when she did Dory Dory at the end of her final, I guess, major episode. Her masterclass debut. Obviously, that would look a lot better. Visuals are important. They're not the important thing, but they help bring a level of weight to a situation that otherwise would be weightless. And honestly, this episode does a terrible job on all those fronts. And by the time the giant vine, I guess, is destroyed, the episode's over. That's it. There's no recollection. Like you said before, Pikachu doesn't interact with Greninja. Ash doesn't really talk with Greninja. It's almost like Ash used Greninja specifically for a utilitarian purpose and nothing more. Hey, make my Pokemon stronger because I can't do it myself like I did with you. That's all it was. That's all it was. That's all it felt like. It felt like Ash was like, hey, I came here specifically to use your coolness and power factor to my advantage. But don't transform into Ash Greninja, because if you do that, then everybody will start paying attention to you more. And right now, Lucario's the hot shit. Like, it's just not good. It's just not good. I'm sorry. 3 out of 10. 3 out of 10. It's not good. I do like the music in Raihan's story, though. I wish Raihan had gotten more of the episode than this. Like I would, or at least I wish
to be fair,
got his own
actually,
episode.
the Miyazaki XY tracks couldn't have sounded better. Actually, I'd say that the mix here is probably the best in the entire series, in terms of the way that they mixed, intertwined Miyazaki's and Hayashi's music.
Yeah. The 3 out of 10 I gave it was partly for the music.
Yeah,
the music is the music.
The music for me really like amped it up for me.
Like if I had to give it, the reason I gave it a 3 out of 10 is because of 3 things: Raihan's story, the music, and Greninja beating the shit out of Lucario. That's funny. I'm sorry. He beats the fuck out of him. Like, it's hilarious.
Yeah, but at least it didn't lose. Quotes. He didn't get knocked out. But it's like,
I mean, in the general audience's view, he got his fucking ass kicked. Like,
yes,
like the man gets kicked into a wall and the wall breaks. Like, got his shit kicked in. Got rocked. Which I don't know if that makes Lucario look good or bad or what, but it definitely was awkward to look at. But it's funny because again, Greninja just beats he even does like the Battle of Gods judo chop to the back of Lucario's neck, which I thought was pretty funny. Which, KG, I think you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So, but I'm sorry. It just feels dangerously desperate. I'm sorry. Like, even the reason why they decide to is because a lot of people are now getting this bad patterned habit of going, oh, well, if Ash gets inspired to see Greninja because of that, then what if Go's Pidgeotto evolves? Now, look what Go's been reduced to. Go only exists now to have people have anticipation for Ash's Pokemon. That's awful. That's fucking awful. I would hate to be that level of second fiddle. At least when May had Ash's Pokemon, they had their own little personalities.
And notice during my review, I specifically said that I did not mention anything about taking the Satoshi Koga out. I did not say it was going to come back. Hell, fucking no. They did that. They did that to not confuse the younger audience.
No,
Because you got to remember, folks. There is younger audiences that are watching this, and also to be fair, if they're going on the video game logic, Satoshi Koga was a freaking a downloadable DLC content for fucking Sun and Moon. It wasn't even the same fucking thing. So
it's one of the few
it's like
times.
other things. It's weird. It's very weird.
It's one of the few times, and I get why they did this too. It's because Ash Greninja isn't fucking available in the current game, Sword and Shield.
Yeah, so, actually, that's what I wanted to ask. Can you even transfer Satoshi Koga from
You can't
Sun
even
and
transfer
Moon to
Greninja.
home?
If you transfer him,
you can't.
You can't.
See, that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
I think that's why they fucking did it, because you can't do it. It's physically impossible to
So
transfer.
So literally the whole point was Lucario needs to get stronger. We have a Pokemon that can get stronger, but we need kids to buy our toys, so we need Lucario to be the one that gets the spot.
And also to be fair, to be fair, Tyrone, remember that freaking the poll that happened like 7 years ago where Koga was like number 1. That's probably one of the other reasons why they did it too.
Right. They know
it's like it sells. It sells.
Yeah, they wanted to cash in on the Greninja. They wanted to cash in on that Greninja check, but they couldn't cash in on the Ash Greninja check because it's like, buy Sword and Shield. Well, can I get Ash Greninja in it? No, that's Sun and Moon. Well, shit, I'm gonna get Sun and Moon then.
But gonna get a fucking 6-year-old game.
No, don't get Sun and Moon. We can't make any money off of that if you do it. I mean, we can, but it won't be as much money.
And also you're buying a game that is for a console that Nintendo's not supporting anymore.
Exactly, that's the point. That's what I'm saying. They can sell more copies of Sword and Shield if they show off just Lucario.
No, but like here's the thing though, Megas aren't in Sword and Shield.
Yeah, but you want to know what Lucario fights? Dynamax Pokemon.
Yeah,
and they are in Sword and Shield.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they did it. They just used the Mega Evolution because Lucario can do it. He just can't do it in the current game, but he can do it. And they got to cash in on that whole, we need to show off our gimmick situation. They just couldn't show Ash Greninja because Ash Greninja is an exclusive.
There's another topic I want to discuss at another time. Maybe for like a mini or some shit. Comparing Pokemon, in terms of like the base writing, like from the whole entire meta series, versus anime series that are based off of manga, because that would be interesting to talk about. Also, folks, by the way, so I want to mention this as well. Not this week coming up, but the following week, it will be episode 1200 of the anime.
Nice.
Yes.
Also,
not the Raihan one, the next one, the following one.
I was gonna say, so celebrating 1200 with Sun and Moon? Hell yeah! Great to see that. Always Sun and Moon, always winning here. Nah, but in all seriousness, I do want to bring up one funny thing because we're talking about how Greninja's not even in Journeys, but like Ash Greninja is in Journeys, guys, in the manga.
Yes.
So I mean, you kind of got wrong on that part, guys, because they promoted the shit out of Ash Greninja in the manga in the first freaking chapter, showing off X and Y Ash and Sun and Moon Ash design too. Yeah. So they're not afraid to show it.
Yeah, but the manga came after the anime, so that's the whole thing. It's kind of like a reverse situation.
It's such a bizarre thing, bro. That is the thing.
And it's like they stopped it after fucking 4 volumes, and I'm really sad.
I know, same here. I love the pictures, bro. But
I think the reasoning behind it is they probably knew that the anime was going to end, and by the time that the manga was going to be published, they couldn't have enough time to freaking
make another volume.
Or make 3 more colors. Yeah.
It's so perplexing when you think about it, because Ash Greninja is one of the few situations where an anime thing got so popularized that it made it into a game, Sun and Moon. But to bring it to the anime, the thing that's from the Sun and Moon game, they can't do it, which feels like this weird, awkward, like, oh, can we do the thing from the game? No. But what was that thing from? The anime. Not this anime, but the other anime. It feels so weird and awkward.
Well, it's also to be fair. I think it's a different team because I think XY and Z was Kobayashi. I think.
Yeah, I know. It's just funny when you look at it that way.
It's fucking weird. It's absolutely weird. But that's what direction they wanted to take.
Yeah.
Yep. And also, folks, the Haruka and Achamo figures should be releasing this month off of the Figma. So I can't wait to get that in my possession. That'll be my first ever Figma.
Oh, nice.
The Haruka and Achamo thing, because they had to push it back a month, and now with the yen at like fucking 130 to the dollar, that means I'm going to be paying less on my credit card for that.
Oh, I just thought about something. This is outside the range of it, and obviously we don't fucking know.
Sure.
But it does bring question.
Yeah.
So in the tournament, more specifically when Ash fought Volkner, they explained this. They said in the tournament you're allowed to use any of your gimmicks, Z moves, Mega Evolution, or Dynamax. What does Ash Greninja fall under?
None.
And would he be tournament legal?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so. I honestly don't think so.
Now in the Kalos League, Greninja turns into Ash Greninja, but nobody knows what the fuck it is yet. Like nobody knows. So I guess they're saying ability as of right now.
Ability.
See, I guess that's another reason I don't think Greninja is gonna come back. Nobody knows what to fucking classify that.
Yeah, it's a not Mega Evolution. It's to make up for the fact that they couldn't give it to him.
Now I know in real world tournament, Ash Greninja is illegal because Ash Greninja is classified as a mythical Pokemon.
Well, and also, isn't it also
really?
Wouldn't it be technically also
yes.
wouldn't it also be technically a promo Pokemon too? So that would be the other reason.
I believe, and if my statement is correct, I believe you get Ash Greninja via the Cherish Ball, which makes him an event Pokemon, which technically has him fall under the same category as a mythical, which means he's illegal in tournaments.
Mornox, I'm not familiar with that art, so I cannot tell you if it's legit or not.
Also, yeah, we don't know anything regarding that. If you by any chance have a Twitter or anything that can show us that, then maybe we can tell you.
Maybe we could
either that or it's
also.
Also,
folks, remember. Also, I don't know if we mentioned it on the last week's pod, but that whole leak with the whole Masters 8, that was fake.
Thank God. And I don't mean that like in a negative way, like, oh shit, these characters aren't. No, I want to be surprised, bro.
No, not even just that. I kept seeing it, and I was waiting for TSS or KG, one of you guys, to like tell me the truth.
Yeah, so it was gonna happen eventually. You'll figure it out. I was
not gonna sit there and take that face value at all. Like there was no way.
Yeah, and if you guys go on Twitter, bro, there was a huge controversy going on at that time. It was it was something else, bro.
Oh, the Iris thing.
Yeah,
Iris thing.
Yeah. Are we gonna talk about that, or is it not worth
it? It's not worth it.
It's not worth the time of anybody.
All right.
Yeah. So what do you guys say? We go and wrap things up then for tonight.
By the way, Pokemon Fan is out and it has some nice bonuses with the I keep forgetting it's freaking Meza Star stuff, and also some Pokemon. They actually have a Pokemon trading card game box that's in the latest version, the latest issue of Pokemon Fan. It's actually pretty cool.
Neat.
So, yeah, I didn't get it yet, but I probably will. So yeah.
All right then. What do you guys say we go and wrap things up then for tonight?
Sit fucking Rogers on the top. Oh, wait a minute.
Damn!
Oh my god.
Damn, you took them all out in one shot, bro. Synchronized smacking. Oh, lordy. Good job on that, buddy. But yeah, so what do you say we go and wrap things up then for tonight?
Yeah. Let's do it.
All right, so ladies and gents, we got a couple of things going on this week. So let's begin. Tomorrow, ladies and gents, Tyrone, we're going to be continuing our adventures through Crystal, as you like to say it.
Pokemon Crystal!
Yes. So make sure to join us for part 2 of the race if you would like to see us continue on with that one. Once again, it is crystal patched, so it is going to be an interesting journey for that one, how it continues. Will we find new Pokemon that will swap out for the team? Who knows, but only time will tell, so tune in tomorrow.
I'm doing this race for Cosmic, Joker, and Emmy. They're the ones that were my cheerleaders for this, so I'm doing it for them.
Oh man, that's great. So make sure root for Tyrone, everybody. And if you want to root for me, you can also do that too. But we would love for you guys.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, but if you guys would like to watch it live, make sure to tune in on our respective Twitch channels, both on mine and on Tyrone's, so you guys can see us continue on with the race as usual. So, moving along from that, Wednesday, Coliseum continuation.
Both lose. What the fuck?
Who said that? Oh man! Wednesday, Pokemon Coliseum. We continue on with that adventure. Thursday, Tyrone, I have to ask you on this one because will we go back to Monster Hunter or shall we do another exciting edition of Le Tripod, which title pending?
Yes, you called it the tripod.
Well, now that's what you ended off the episode on last time.
Now I won't look like an idiot because I made the schedule already.
Great. So, ladies and gents, in case you guys weren't here with us last week, we had just made a out of nowhere tripod podcast, ladies and gents, which is just basically a trio of peeps talking about things that necessarily don't fit in the PokePod world podcast, and is just more so something that everybody in their respective Twitch channels have on that Thursday. Because normally when we do Monster Hunter, we tend to spend like 2 hours talking and never streaming. So we just thought, why not just make that and let that be our stream, you know? And if you guys enjoyed it, which I saw that a lot of people really enjoyed it, when it came to the viewership, people really loved the tripods from all our respective channels. So if more people would love to see that, and if you guys have any topics as well, this is also another great thing that doesn't necessarily fit into the world of Pokemon. It could be anything, whether it be the anime, like let's say, for example, the currently popular anime going on this season, Spy Family. If you guys would like for us to talk about that, indeed, me and Terrell have read the chapter so far, but maybe Tyrone, you haven't, and therefore we can get perspective on your...
I haven't.
Exactly, we'll get perspective on your angle as a new viewer. So there's that. If anything else comes out along the way for the tripod, we'll definitely love to hear that. So if you guys would like to see us, talk just for a couple of hours, things that necessarily don't fit the flow of what a PokePod could be, because like I will admit, Tyrone, I really love that whole ice type discussion we had in that tripod. That was honestly really fun.
Yeah.
And that one, and then the variations with the shovel.
Oh, variations! Let's go.
I'm telling y'all, it is going to happen. Well, according to Tyrone, anyway, that's what it was. So yeah, if you guys would like to see more of that, please do not hesitate. Let us know. We'll figure out from there how we're gonna set up the tripod and how it's gonna work for me, Tyrone, and Terrell. But do follow them in their respective Twitter accounts to learn more about those deets in the coming days. Now, Friday, usual reaction night. Nothing really out of the ordinary for that one. It's going to be a great one. It's the fight with Ryan, so I hope you guys tune in for that, and we'll see how that episode plays out. I have something to mention, though, because I do have time this week. Normally, every Saturdays, I tend to kind of go out and go into, like, KG's road trips and do my shits out there in the world. Recently, this week, I went to a tulip farm, which was freaking beautiful. Absolutely love that place. I love the stuff that they had going on with the farm and the animals and all. It was great to get out from the country or out of the state for a little bit to go and see that. You're not watching MOM? Yes, I am, buddy. But I will be saving that for next week. Only because this week I just want to keep things calm for myself this week. So I'm not going to go watch the film on launch day. So I'm going to wait until the following week to go watch Multiverse of Madness. And then from there, we'll probably do a full-on discussion. Now, we could save probably for the tripod once we get more people watching the movie. But like I stated, we'll talk with you about that later. But Saturday, the whole reason why I brought up Saturday, I'm going to be streaming that day.
No.
Yeah.
That's my day.
No, don't worry. It's a one-off thing.
My day, TSS's day, and Terrell's day.
I know, but I'm stealing it. It's now mine. So I'm gonna be doing.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm sorry, guys. I didn't realize that I had control over everyone's. No. In all seriousness, I'm just gonna do a nice little small stream. It's just because I felt like just.
Actually, that worked perfectly because I'm not streaming this Saturday.
Really? Well, I guess I'll hear from your input later. So.
I'm gonna go watch Multiverse with my dad.
Oh, that's awesome,
Nice.
bro. But once again, I'll let you elaborate more about your schedule in just a minute. But I'm just gonna do a small one. I think since we haven't had a shiny stream in a while, I was thinking either we're gonna continue on our adventures in trying to find shiny god. So that would be kind of fun to do in BDSP because I also need to find an excuse to play that game again. I spent $60 fucking on it. I need to figure out how to do that.
Oh shit! I haven't played Legend Arceus in a while.
So I might continue my adventures with shiny Arceus hunting. We're gonna try to find shiny god. So I hope you guys will tune in for that. Will I achieve shiny god? Who knows? But if that doesn't go well, I was thinking I'll let you guys decide in a poll later on Twitter. Either that or I play Sonic Generations, but it's with Super Mario 64 physics.
Oh my god.
And I would love to also try that at some point too. I don't feel that fits in my schedule for like the weekdays, but like for a weekend, like just a game that just is just for anybody, I would love to do that. So depending on how the poll goes, if you guys would like to see a full-on shiny hunt or a Super Mario 64 shit with Sonic Generations, do let me know. But I'll keep you guys up to date on that. I do apologize to Tyrone and TSS for taking a while with my schedule for the week, but now please let me hear from you about your schedules. Ebo, you say you should join me and Joker and do a Sunday Moon randomizer? Ooh, I'll talk with you more about that later then. But Tyrone, I will want to hear from you, buddy. What do you have planned for this week?
The schedules are more or less the same. Obviously, tomorrow we got the crystal race, the patch crystal race, and then on Wednesday we're continuing with Nier Automata, so that'll be fun. And then Thursday tripod, and then Friday I may do something Friday to make up for the fact that I'm not doing anything Saturday, but I don't know yet. I'm not 100 on that. Saturday, it's almost like KG's switching spots with me because, which is fair because I switched spots with him when he went to hang out with the others, during the whole trip with Zach and the others.
Mm-hmm.
So, nothing on Saturday because I'm gonna be watching Doctor Strange with my dad. Sunday, however, we're gonna be getting back on Final Fantasy X, so we're doing Final Fantasy X and continuing that. And that's the schedule. That's the week schedule.
All right.
What about you then, TSS? What do you got planned?
TSS.
Okay, so folks, you might have noticed that I didn't stream last Saturday, and that is because I did the Metis Marathon last Friday for 8 hours and 24 minutes. Holy shit, that was a lot. So with that being said, since I did so much progress in Persona 3 Fest on dub, next part, which is part 44, according to Donnie Arts, I only have 2 fights left. So we're going to get the entire Persona 3 Fest done on Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern. And then I wasn't able to do the 1997 Elton John Tear Maker, so that's happening on Saturday. So that means the Maternal Bound Reduxed part will once again I'll try for 7 p.m. Eastern on Saturday. And then we were going to raid Terrell, the Insane Game Freak, for his Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition at 10 p.m. on his channel. So I'm going to go 3 hours Friday for Persona, and in 3 hours Saturday for Maternal Bound Redux, which is a Earthbound Mother 2 mod with lots of stuff. I'll go into details later. And then, of course, if when I do finish Persona 3 Fest on dub on Friday, I'm going to announce my next game. I am already ready to announce my next game, and I hope you guys are going to be there once again on my channel at 9 p.m. Eastern on Friday.
All right. So there you go, ladies and gents. We got things planned for this week. A lot of fun shenanigans all around, and we hope you guys will take the opportunity to go and support everybody on their respective accounts. If you have yet to do so, do me a solid. Make sure to follow my boys here on their Twitch. You can go and find their respective links over at TyroneTG3 _TG3, I believe it is. And for TSS, it's simply TSS Killer, correct?
TSS_killer on Twitch.
All right, you guys
and
have the
TSS killer
underscore.
without
Sorry.
the underscore on
Yeah,
Twitter.
I
because
keep
Twitch
swapping the two. That's why I keep thinking.
No, Twitch is fucking stupid and makes us do underscores.
Yeah, I don't get that. That is weird.
Yeah.
But don't worry. What's the podcast called, KG? The Tripod.
It's called The Tripod because there's 3 of us and it's a podcast.
Yeah, the Tripod. So
Thursday is like my day off, so I let these guys freaking duke it out because I've always
and then there'll be some days where I switch out with TSS.
Yay.
Yeah. So there you go, ladies and gents. We'll see how things will play out. It's gonna be a fun time all around. Whatever topics we have in store for those, though, I can't speak on that behalf, but I can only just tell you it's going to be interesting to see how we go into it. So I hope you guys tune in this Thursday for that and join us. I'm not sure what time we'll do it, but we'll keep you guys up to date on the Twitters. And stay in the lookout.
Pantomime. If you look on Cage's channel, the thing is, though, it was titled something different. It was called like the PokePod Mini, but
yeah,
it's the
because
stream
we
that
didn't have
happened
a
on
title.
last Thursday.
Yes, we didn't have an official name for
Title
it yet.
pending.
Yeah. So now we do have a title for it. So you'll see the Tripod session this Thursday. But if you want to watch our past one, which was focused specifically on Scarlet and Violet and all the variations of talks we had there, you can watch it on our Twitch channel. And it will be uploaded on the YouTube channel relatively soon as well. Fun stuff all around, ladies and gentlemen. We hope you guys enjoy it. It's on YouTube right now? No, it will be in a bit, though. I'll let you know that right now. So, yeah. But with all that being said, let's call it a night. Why don't we? I am tired, and I feel this Monday was an overall success. I'd like to believe.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Thanks again, everybody, for tuning in. We hope you guys had a wonderful time. And we'll speak with all of you lovelies later in whatever video we make. Take care, everybody. And as always, have yourselves an awesome day and an awesome week. We'll speak with you guys again real soon. And TSS, what's the magic word as always?
Wash your fucking hands.
Thank you, buddy. All right. Take care, everybody. Bye. There you go. Jeez.